Welcome to the tutorial for checklists for aphasic patients expressive. This is a short little tutorial telling you how you can use this with your aphasic patients and just giving them quick little probes for their expressive skills. What I have started here with you is the summary. So here you're going to put in the patient name, your name as the SLP, the date of injury, and a diagnosis. And so the tasks that we'll keep track of from week to week, this is, or month to month, or however you want to do it. This is one session or one probe. This is the next. So you can test for things like word repetition, sentence repetition, rote sequences, confrontation naming levels 1 and 2, finishing common phrases, generative naming, and picture descriptions level 1 and level 2. So let's put a guy in here. Let's call him Don. And I'm going to put the name of an SLP in there. And the date of his injury, let's say it was June 7th, 2017. And the diagnosis was a motor vehicle accident, let's say. Well, no, let's say it's a CVA. Okay, so all of this will go to each page. So let's go to word repetition and do that. You can see that Don is here and all his information is here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, Don, I'd like you to repeat these words for me, and your instructions are here. And you're going to put the date. And so you say mop, and if Don says mop, then you give him a 2, because that means that your rubric is over here. A 2 is a complete correct answer that's not delayed. A 1 is an incomplete or a complete and correct answer with a repeated question or a delay. And 0 is just an incorrect or no response. So he said mop right away, so I gave him a 2. So then I say sit. And he takes about 5 seconds before he really can say sit. So I'm going to give that one a 1 because it was a delay. So I say baby, and he says what? And I say baby. I had to repeat it, so I gave him a 1. Okay, so along you go with all your words, and then you will get 2 scores. You will get a score here that's on a scale of 0 to 2, excuse me. And here you'll get just a right and wrong percentage. Then a little further down, this will automatically show you in percentages how well he did for that one. And as you continue to do more and more sessions with this, you'll see more and more bars coming upon your graph. So all of that does that automatically, and also when you go back to the summary, you'll see that his 20% is here. So if you do that again in a week, that score will be here. If you do it again in another week or another month, that score will be here, and so on. So you can do the same thing with sentence repetition. Here are your sentences. Rote sequences, saying the numbers 1 to 10, the 7 days of the week, and so on. Confrontation naming. Now for this, I've given you pictures. Oops. Level 1 pictures. I've given you 10 pictures for that, and you can either just pull these up on your iPad or on your computer. If you're using your computer to score it, then maybe you want to have an iPad, or you just print them out and have them as pictures. And then there's level 2 pictures, which are a little bit harder. Blender, umbrella, zebra, things like that. Okay, so you've got confrontation naming, where they just name the pictures. 1 and 2, which are the pictures I just showed you. And then the next one, the next expressive task is to finish common phrases. Salt and, hot and, bread and so on. Then the next one is generative naming, where they have to name 5 items in each category. it gets a little bit harder. So you've got 5 states or cities, 5 cars or flowers, and so you can vary this so that it's not the same task every time. And then the next thing is a picture description. So you're going to show him the picture of the hand, which are these pictures that I showed you. And you're going to say, can you describe this to me? And so you're going to look for things like, this is a left hand and it has 5 fingers and there are no rings on it, and it looks like it might be a man's hand or a young person's hand. And then again for the clock, you look for something like, this is a clock that has black and white on it, and the second hand is red and it has no numbers. So that's the picture description for 1. And then you would rate that again according to the rubric. And then there's the picture description for the pictures that are a little bit higher level, the level 2 pictures. So again, you're going to ask them for some kind of a description of these cards. And then when you start generating some of these numbers, then all these are going to fill in, and you're going to be able to see how he's doing or she is doing over time with each of these items here. So I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial. Don't forget that every one of these has a graph that will fill in automatically. So every time you do a task, you'll get to see and to show your patient, hey, you're getting better and it's looking better week to week, month to month. Look how you did last week and how much better it is this week. So that's a really nice visual to use with your patients. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you.